It's the 1st of September and you know what that means. That means that scare season is just around the corner and we could not be more excited. We're already repping the merch and the entire house is getting decorated for fall already. We are massively exciting. But that means that it's time to start focusing on our scare season. Now each year we go and try and hit as many scare events as possible in the UK, and this year is no different. Every year we try and do more and more, and this year we've already got an incredible lineup and we can't wait to take you through it all. But first, what we're going to focus on today is we're going to focus on one of our favourite scare events of the year, and that is Hallowscream at York Maze. Oh. As one of the premier events in the north, York Maze Hallowscream has always been one of our favourite events, and so tonight we're going to go through everything that we think you need to know about York Maze Hallowscream. This year it's running from Friday the 11th of October through until Saturday the 2nd of November. Gates open at 6:30 each night and the event is usually open until around 11 PM, but last entry into the event, just so you can get around the mazes, is around 9 PM most evenings. It's located in Elvington, which is just a little place to the east of York, and I'll pop it on the map for you here. Now, to gain entry, you're obviously going to require a ticket, and Hallowscream has a number of ticketing options for you, which we'll go through each of them now. So the first type of ticket you can get is your bog standard Hallowscream ticket. This would just be the no thrills entry into the attraction. So with these you will have a 30-minute time slotted entry, so anywhere from 6:30 up until I think 8:30 you will have your half-hour period that you've got to arrive for only at that time. You can't arrive at any other time. Once you're inside, you can stay as long as you want. And once you are inside, you will get unlimited entry in the standard queues to all of the mazes that are in there. You'll also have access to all of the shows, food courts, bars, and rides throughout the entire area. However, the rides are a bit of an upcharge when you're there as well, if you've got just that standard ticket. Now those tickets, depending on which night you go, will range from £30 each to around £42 each. The closer you get to the premier dates, the more premium dates up closer to Halloween, the tickets get more expensive, and on some weekends later in October as well. The second type of ticket that you can buy is the Hallowscream and 5 Fast Track option. Now this is pretty much exactly the same as the previous ticket. However, you have no entry time, so your entry is flexible. You can arrive anytime you want, as long as it's before last entry. You get one fast pass into each and every maze that's there, and then you also get unlimited standard entry into all of the mazes as well. So you can go, if you get there early enough, get into those mazes quickly, and then a bit later in the night when it starts getting a bit busier, use your fast tracks to again get through those queues really quick. It's a nice little tip for you. And also, obviously, with that ticket, you gain access to all of the above as well. So the shows, the food courts, bars, rides. And again on this, the rides are an upcharge as well. These tickets range from £40 to £54, depending on what night you end up going. The next tier of ticket is the unlimited Fast Track and Rides Hallowscream ticket. Now, as you've guessed, this is exactly the same as the ones previous to it. You get everything that's included, as well as a few additional things. So you get flexible entry time into the event. You get unlimited fast passes to all of the mazes, and you get them all night. So straight to not necessarily the front of the queue, but into the fast pass queue No waits to get in the mazes, get round it, enjoy it as many times as you want through the night. You will also no longer have an upcharge for any of the rides. You will have unlimited access to those as well, to ride them as many times as you want through the night. And then again, access to the shows, food carts, bars, rides, and all of that. Now, that comes in at £75 through to £92, depending on what date you want to go. And the last but certainly not least tiered ticket is the Hallowscream Mega Pass. Mega Pass. I love saying that. Now, this is a big boy of a ticket. You will get your flexible entry time. You get unlimited fast pass, unlimited fairground rides. This is into all of the mazes and all of the fairground rides, unlimited through all of them all night. You get 5 free drinks tokens. You get a Hallowscream t-shirt. You get a digital photo, presumably in the photo booth that they have there. You get a Halloween makeover, which again I presume is in the face painting booth that they have there. And you get access to all of the rides, all of the bars, the food courts, etc, etc, free parking, the whole shebang. It is a mega pass, and if you want your entire night taken care of, then you would buy this ticket. Now, this ticket is a whopper. It comes in, depending on what night you go, at £161 through to £182. Now, that is pretty massive if there's a group of you going. I've not actually added up how much I end up spending when I'm at York Maze Hallowscream, because we tend to go in, we buy the tickets. Quite often, on the night, we decide to upgrade to FastPass, which you can do when you're there. Now, that costs probably more than if we just bought the FastPass initially. We get food when we're there. We usually end up walking out with some sort of merch, t-shirts, air fresheners for the car, new beanies, new hats. So we could possibly end up spending more than the £161 anyway. So it could very well be value for money. I think the only thing I would possibly say about that 161 to 182 is, unless I've missed something, you do get your 5 free drinks, but it doesn't mention anything about food tokens. Now, if you're paying that much money, I'd have probably just thrown in a food token as well, and then the entire night is paid for. Because otherwise you could go in paying £182, which is by no means a small amount, and then end up spending some money on food as well. But the food there is very reasonably priced, and is bloody good as well. But we'll get to that in a bit. Another thing that York Maze has is some absolutely amazing street theatre. In my opinion, it's some of the best street theatre in the country. Myself and Lucy, we've been going to Hallowscream for many, many years. Hallowscream is actually the event that probably kicked off our little vlogging adventure. It was there that we decided to do our first ever vlog. It was crap. It was shaky. It looked horrible. We have improved slightly. We're not the best, but we have improved massively, actually, since that first vlog. But it means a lot to us going to York Maze. And the street theatre there that we've come across since the beginning, the second to none. They're some of the best in this country. You've got people such as Little Dribble, Chester, Corney the Clown, the Twins, and this absolutely evil woman.
Down! 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 Okay, hands there! Both of them. Put your phone in your pocket, don't be pathetic!
Avoid her at all costs. She's pure evil. Oh god, she's going to come looking for me now, isn't she? But yes, the street theatre are fantastic, and as I mentioned, because we've been going so long, the same people are playing these characters year after year, and I think it gives them that little bit of an advantage that they're able to just fall back into these characters. There's no practice needed, there's no acting lessons needed, they just are these characters. It's a bit of an extension of themselves, and they've been playing them for that long now that they've really perfected the characters, and you can really tell, because that street theatre is, I've said it multiple times now, it's some of the best in the country. You can tell from the tickets you have a selection of fairground rides available at this event as well. You usually have, from memory, a set of dodgems, you have a set of waltzers, and then you have the big wavy thingy. You sit on it, it waves up in air. I'm no expert. It's fairground rides, it's people having a couple of drinks in them, there's a lot of scary people. It's very, very fun to jump on a waltzers and one of the scare actors join you, getting scared as you're spinning round, as you're on the dodgems and you've got clowns jumping on your head. They really are an incredible little addition to the event. And also I feel that visual of having the fairgrounds with the flashing lights and stuff at night time, I think that's a visual that's just set in like the history of horror. You look at all of your American movies such as It, a lot of them start around those kind of fairgrounds, and there is something viscerally horror related about them, so it's lovely to have them there. The whole grounds in which these fairground rides are set as well, the whole grounds is a brilliant place to be. York Maze really do take care of the entire area. From the summer event through to Hallowscream, they just keep having edition after edition that's there. Now, they did add this lovely little summer house hut there this year when we went up in the summer. I did question whether that were going to be back for Halloween. I was told that no plans had been made at that point, so I really hope it is, because that's going to be a lovely addition. A little donut pop-up shop down the bottoms come around. They just keep investing year after year, and that's something incredible to see with one of these events, is that continued investment. They're not just running off with us money, they're putting it in to make year after year even better, and I can't wait to see what this year's going to bring. I can't wait, it's so exciting. And as part of that as well, down at the bottom you do have this massive food court. It sells a load of incredible food. You have dirty fries, you have cheeseburgers, bacon burgers, pizzas, nachos, corn dogs. You have loads of really good Americanized junk food, and it tastes so good. And to top it off, throughout the evening, at regular intervals, there will be some fantastic stage shows. There'll be plenty of dancing, plenty of pyros, and then there will be one absolutely perverted, acrobatic, dirty old granny that's up there as well. Little Dribble is an absolutely perfect piece of entertainment, and this entire event puts on some grand entertainment. York Maze actually have their own entertainment team that do the entertainment throughout the summer, all of the sort of yearly events, and as well as Hallowscream, and the shows that they put on are going to be fantastic. And music, horror, pyrotechnics, dirty jokes, it's fantastic. It just makes the event, it brings that atmosphere out of the event, and the lighting inside that marquee as well. It's all really good. There'll be one or two photo opportunities placed around inside, and that's pretty much it for all of the extra bits that are at York Maze. And that's before you've even got to the mazes. You can have a great night without actually going inside them. But we're here for the mazes, and the mazes are fantastic. Now, there are 5 mazes there this year. 4 of them are returning, and one of them is absolutely brand new. So, in no particular order, this year we have Corney's Cornevil. Now, if you don't like clowns, you're going to want to avoid this one. It's a fun house of horror. It's full of mirror mazes, shrinking rooms, moving floors, rooms that are on the side. It's got like dizzying trommel tunnels full of lights that make you want to hit the ground, and much more. And you've got to do all of this whilst you're being attacked by completely psychotic clowns. Now, in some years, this has been a bit of a weaker maze when there's not been as many actors in, but when we went in it last year, this maze was absolutely batshit mental. We must have got the best run through we've ever had. It had loads and loads of actors in. They were off their rocker. They were so hyped for it being opening night. It was just a fantastic run through. And there are some little secrets in this maze this year. When we went up to go through the maze for the summer event, there's no actors in there, but it is essentially the same maze. And I did notice 1 or 2 things in there which will surprise a few people this year. Something a little bit different. Now, I'm not going to give it away because I don't want to spoil the surprise. But yeah, just look out in that maze because there's something changed. And the second maze is the Flesh Pot. Now, this maze, I don't want to say this is your bog standard, because it's certainly not, but it is your bog standard slaughterhouse kind of maze in there. It's got that gritty, dirty vibe to it. It's got fantastic use of smell pods. It's got some very, very gory details. It's loud, it's intense, and it's always a lot of fun to go through. And that's returning for this year. I can't wait to get inside. Another returning maze is the Singularity. So in here you come across a maze of like a mad scientist's experiments where he's fusing machine and man together to create some AI-styled dystopian people from the future. It's an eerie maze. It's very creepy. The characters in there have got this porcelain doll kind of effect to them. It's a very sort of medicinal, hospitalized kind of place in there. Lots of blue hues and stuff. It is good, but it is one of the eerier mazes. It's not quite as intense in terms of the sounds that you're getting. You're not getting overbearing sort of rock sounds. Some of it can be quite quiet. You're not getting screamed and run at. The porcelain dolls are kind of just stood there, which for me, eeriness can be a lot scarier than intenseness. So having the person just standing there and you've got to walk past them, one, you don't know if they're real. Two, you don't know that if they are real, are they going to move? And all of a sudden, the head will maybe move a little bit and you're like, the crap is going on. It's a really, really good maze. It freaks you out, but definitely a good one. And watch out towards the end for the flange. Now, thank your experience guide for that one. They put flange in my head a long time ago, and now I cannot get it out every time I walk through that thing. But good maze, and it's welcome to come back this year. I can't wait. Second to last was last year's brand new maze. It was brand new in 2023, and this is Necropolis. Now, Necropolis is a very heavily Egyptian themed maze. A lot of effort went into this maze last year. It has some incredible theming. It's got some great winks and nods to the old maze that came before it. It's a nice attraction. Now, in terms of what you'll do, you're traversing through Egyptian temples, tombs. There's definitely some surprises in there that might give you a few good jump scares along the way. I won't say it's the most intense maze out of them all. Again, it's not as loud. It's kind of got eerie Egyptian music playing. There are some good jumps in there, but it's not very loud and intense. But you probably wouldn't notice loud and intense because the effort that's gone into creating this maze is incredible. You do feel like you're in the middle of an Egyptian sort of temple. The stonework that they've created, the hieroglyphs, the tombs, it all looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really looking to getting back inside this one. I've said that about all of them. I'm looking forward to getting back inside it. Yes, I'm just looking forward to Halloween. And then lastly, but by no means least, is the brand new for 2024 Rednecks Revenge. Now, sadly, this means that 2073 is leaving us. Now, 2073, that was a very divisive maze. It did have a lot of sort of dark space in it. It had a lot of areas where nothing much was going on. You could be walking around for a few minutes with no scare character interaction, no theming. It's just dark, boggy. But in the areas where they had put a lot of effort in, it was incredible. You had overturned vehicles, ambulances, water pouring out of the side of them, decontamination rooms. It was a damn good maze. And in terms of footprint size, there's a massive footprint to this maze as well. So what they could potentially do with all of that space is really good. And you're getting Rednecks Revenge. Not a lot is known about it. After all, it was only announced this morning. It's got that hillbilly American vibe to it, very The Hills Have Eyes kind of thing. Now, with all of that space they've got and with the effort that they put into Necropolis last year, if they put the same kind of effort in and use the whole footprint that they've got for 2073, we could be onto something very special with this one. And that's the 5 mazes that you can expect. With any ticket, you get unlimited entry into all of them. So if you get there early enough, you can go round and round and round and just get a really good experience at Hallowscream. And that is it for everything that you need to know about Hallowscream 2024. I can't believe it. 2024 scare season is just about here already, and I am absolutely pumped by it. I'm so excited. I love going to theme parks through the year. I love visiting attractions through the year, but for me, Halloween Horror Nights, the horror season, that's where it's at. Dark, gritty, dirty, adult. It's bloody brilliant and I can't wait for it. Now, why don't you let us know in the comments down below whether you're going to be going to Hallowscream York Maze, or if there's any other scare event that you're going to this year. If there's any that you think we should go to this year, we do have a list that we're already going to, but pop your suggestions down below, and if we're not going, we may take a look. If you've liked this video, then please smash the like button, and if you've not already, it would make me feel great if you would smash the subscribe button and come back for more, because we'll have plenty of vlogs coming up from Scare Season 2024. And with that being said, we'll catch you on the next one. Good night.